I love pretzels. So delicious. They're a great salty treat. Not for you low sodium people out there, please. Stay away from the pretzels. They are dangerous. Lots of salt. But they are delicious. The classic pretzel shape is a knot, right? It's meant to look like a knot, right? Something that's tied up, sort of like a rope, tied in a knot. I don't know for sure. I'm not a historian of pretzels, but I think their origin has to do with the season of Lent. That the monks, the people would make bread, a thick bread, a hearty, sustaining bread, put salt on, that they would eat during the season of Lent when they're fasting from meat, fasting from more savory foods. The fact that pretzels are tied in a knot makes me think of a Marian devotion that no one really had heard of until Pope Francis. So there's a devotion to Mary called the Undoer of Knots. Mary, the undoer or untier of knots. Beautiful painting of Mary untying knots that was painted about 300 years ago, around the year 1700, painted in Bavaria. I think it's in a church in Bavaria. Pope Francis, when he was a student in Germany, he went to this church, was so moved by it that then he brought copies of this image back to Argentina and Brazil. And in the last several decades, the devotion to Our Lady, Undoer of Knots, has exploded in South America, in Argentina and in Brazil. And now that Pope Francis is the Pope, and he's told people that that's his favorite devotion to Mary, is Mary, Undoer of Knots, Untier of Knots. The devotion is spread around the world. It's a devotion we all need, because all of us in our lives sometimes get tied up in knots, right? Our lives, our relationships, our mental health, our physical health, our world is just tied up in a knot. We need Our Lady to help us untie the knot. Because sometimes the more we stress, the more we pull, the tighter the knot gets. So the secret is to let go and to let Mary, let her intercession, and most of all, let our blessed Lord untie the knots in our life. I'm gonna go get me one of those big soft pretzels. Ooh, with cheese maybe too.